That's just what we do with small talk. How are you doing? Good. And then we move on. We move on to the next thing. I don't want to hear how Anne's doing. I just want to be nice to her and say, Anne, how are you doing? That's wonderful. Thank you. And we move on. That's what we do in American culture. In Korean culture, it is very different. If I were to go up to Alan and say, Alan, how are you doing in Korean culture? I am not asking Alan to engage in small talk. I'm not asking Alan to tell me something really brief so that I can go on to the next person. When I ask Alan how he's doing in Korean culture, I am literally asking him, have you eaten today? Have you eaten today? Imagine that. God, can you imagine if we did that here in America? You go up to someone and say, how are you doing today, Carol? And I'm basically saying, have you eaten today, Carol? It might be 8 o'clock in the morning, but have you eaten? Imagine doing that. Imagine us going over and doing that. But in Korean culture, it is a sign of respect. It is a sign that you are actually looking at that person and taking that person seriously. It is a sign of compassion. Because in Korean culture, it was a matter of life and death, especially during the Korean War, that people were going around and would ask you how you were doing, not necessarily to talk about the weather, but to say, have you actually eaten today? Or have you eaten your rice today? Rice being the staple food of Korea. Have you eaten your rice today? It was a matter of, have you actually received what you need to make it through today? Rather than just, okay, Dee Dee, you're good, right? Everything okay with you? All right, let's move on. It was a sign of respect and compassion. So imagine if we were to do that today in American culture. Imagine if we were to go up to somebody, instead of just saying, how are you doing, saying, have you eaten today? And then the expectation might be, oh, you're going to take me to lunch today? Great, let's do it. I get a free meal today? Why not? But that's what we do, right? That's what we expect. And that's what happens in our gospel lesson today. Jesus is not concerned with small talk. Jesus is not concerned with knowing how you are doing on a surface level. Jesus is more interested in caring for your soul and being compassionate.